That is so weird. Wavelength.
Am I a bit overdressed for this? I feel overdressed. Am I a bit overdressed for this? Because I think so.
A blind man walks into a bar and a table and a chair.
And then go on to the bloopers, and then after that, we have a Q&A. So think of some questions, write them down if you want. Save for the Q&A.
Drop some bars, freestyle. Freestyle, Ben's on the mic. I just noticed, Ben, your name's cut off the poster, bro.
Come on, across the stage.
So that's credit to Will Bevis. Me and him came up with the name as well. And Lily took the poster photo. So, alright, if you guys want to count down from 10. No, hang on, that's too short. 20. I can play it. Alright. 20.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Leo is a training police officer who, while devastated by the incident, is glad the city is becoming safer due to him. More on this later. Crime rates are still extremely high in the city, yet another crime wave has infested the streets. Multiple murders which all seem to be connected to gang violence. Oh, fuck. That's all we need.
So, yeah, that had me. Skip at the back, we co-wrote it, co-edited it, co-directed it, co-produced it. Lily, you were the mum's voice and the bartender. Matt Wright, he was. Wait, everyone understand the plot? Yeah. All right, cool. So he was the guy's brother who was found dead, and the radio voice. And this good woman in Georgia, in America, who did the composer for free, for experience. She was nice. And yeah, it went well. Yeah. Hello, I'm Benjamin Newton, and this is Aaron Bartlett, also known as Skip. We co-made the film called Strangers of Crime. Hopefully you've watched that, otherwise this won't make much sense. So we're going to be doing a Q&A. Have you got? We're going to be doing a Q&A with the lovely audience we have here. They've all got some questions, so
when you walked into his house, why were you laid down, Skip?
you can answer this.
It was a bit of a on-the-day decision. Originally, I was just meant to be this creepy guy, just meant to be like a creepy roommate, and originally the decision was for me just to answer the door and sort of just stand there and stare at him. And on the day, we kind of just was like, would it be funny if I just came up from the floor? And we were all like, yeah, let's do it. And yeah, it kind of looks a bit weird that I'm kind of led on the floor. It was more meant to be like, just come up from the window. But to answer your question, it was just an on-day decision, which we went with. Yeah. That's what happens when you make yourself up on the day. You just go with it, and we did it, and that's what it was.
Alright, next along.
What was the scene with the most takes?
The scene, well, I think you saw it in the bloopers.
It's pretty obvious.
The one where the mask was revealed and I had to play the guy being sad, but because the face of Matt is quite funny, I kept laughing. So.
And he was farting. In the bathroom.
Matt farted about 4 times in Lily's proximity.
Well, Lily is behind him with the camera, and this dude's
The door was shut.
and laughing. So we're all just
We were all stuck in the bathroom with a bunch of farts and trying to record a serious scene. So yeah, we tried. Yeah, that was a lot of takes.
Definitely that must have been like, we must have done that like 10, 15 times.
Yeah.
Easily. That last one.
All right. Yeah, you go.
I understand that you said before that it went well, but do you think you were able to do everything that you wanted to do, or do you think you have to cut things? Or did you have to cut things out for time, or because you weren't able to just do them in general?
It's a very good question. I can answer it. You answer it first.
Yeah, you answer it first. While I think of.
Got a different take on the answer.
I mean, well, we smashed it out pretty quickly. We had the idea, we worked together in the kitchen, so we kind of came up with the idea, and we only really had a couple of Zoom sessions, probably lasting like an hour, to actually discuss what we're going to do. And that was actually pretty much right in the dialogue for the start radio bit and the end radio bit.
So a lot of it,
They just kind of fluked and kind of just made up on the day. So, yeah, I mean, a bit of both. I think that's kind of how I envisioned it being, but it's hard when it's in your mind when you actually do it. You know, we kind of just had the loose idea, chatted about it a bit, and just went there and just kind of went with it and filmed it, and hoped for the best. That's kind of what I would say to the question.
I will answer.
Well,
I think we did everything that we wanted to do because when we were writing the script, we knew the limitations we would have. We couldn't get a massive studio with professional actors, so we had to resort to Matthew Wright. But yeah, I'm happy with how it all went. There was only a couple deleted scenes, but they didn't really add anything, and everything went pretty well and smoothly on the day.
I think for me,
It was really meant to be like this murder mystery, and looking back, I feel like the murder mystery part does happen quite late. I think, which is not a problem. It was meant to be this big murder mystery, like who did it? Like when you guys watched it and you saw that dead body, were you thinking like, oh my god, you know, who killed him? Was it him or him? Because that's what we were kind of going with. But you know, that happens quite late on, so whether that actually comes across like that, I don't know. But it was kind of meant to be, like this murder mystery, like who done it kind of thing. But yeah, so the scenes we did take out again was to just try and shorten it down, just so we could get to that, you know, punchline and you know, of oh my god, this guy's dead.
The biggest limitation of the day was literally the weather. You saw in the credits how we had an umbrella holder. That's not a joke. We had Matt hold an umbrella over the camera. We also shoved it in a bush to record some scenes without an umbrella holder. That was literally the biggest limitation of the day. But luckily that didn't stop us because we had an umbrella and an umbrella holder. So yeah, it all went quite smoothly. Yes, you sir.
So, was there any inspiration for the film or any particular parts?
Well, my original.
questions these are.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I told them to think of them. So, I always had an idea of two characters in the same house. This is going to sound a bit cringe, but if anyone knows the anime Spy Family, with the mum and the dad, that was sort of what I was going for at the start, where one's an assassin, one's a spy. Yeah, and then I had the idea that they were both assassins and going up against each other, and you said that film, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or is that the one?
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations about that, because you really like the whole idea of like two assassins. You also really like the policeman idea as well. Yeah. You wanted to be a policeman or an assassin or something like that. Cool. But I think I said, let's avoid doing two assassins in the same house because it's been done so many times, and it did just really remind me of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I don't know if anyone's seen it, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. But yeah, guess why it kind of ended up being a policeman and a creepy roommate. But what was the question again?
It was any inspiration.
Any inspiration? Yeah, I guess, what he said. I mean, I make a lot of short films as well, so I just was happy to get on board and just make anything really. So we just kind of, just chatted a lot of ideas and just kind of ended up with what we ended up with really. And I wanted to play a creepy character. I just wanted to be a bit creepy. I think maybe I actually turned out to be a bit weird and creepy, but as long as it made people giggle, I'm happy.
Well, I don't know why, but I had the idea of two brothers where one was killed, and the original idea was something that.
I remember. I just wanted to make it more dramatic, so I was like, we need a serial killer. He needs to die.
Yeah, I wanted
to make it really dramatic and
I came up with the idea of like a missing brother. Who is it missing while peeling carrots? That's not related. But,
so inspiration from everywhere, really.
And then obviously you wanted to play the creepy roommate, so from there we kind of just put it together. So
pretty much.
Inspiration from peeling carrots. That's your answer. Who else? Question. All right, go ahead.
How much was the umbrella holder paid?
Nothing. No, it didn't say anything. No, nobody was paid.
Outrageous.
He bought himself some biscuits, but he saved them for a party later, so we didn't even pay him in biscuits. I mean, we paid him in having a good day, having a laugh. Really, that was it.
Yeah, he bought 150 custard creams that he didn't open. So yeah.
And you had a whole pizza for lunch.
Yeah, my oven pizza. That was my lunch. Yeah, nothing.
And I had a sandwich and a caramel square bar.
In case you're wondering, we have lunch. So.
Next question.
Yeah.
Can we expect like a prequel or a sequel, or do you feel?
Right. So,
That's a good question.
do you want to answer this? You can't spoil anything.
How can I answer it without spoiling it?
Yes, but
because I've got a few ideas with this. I potentially think he's got like a trilogy here. I also think that this potentially is just a short version of a bigger version. I feel like this could be made into a full film, which then has the possibility of a sequel and a prequel. There's the story of going into the killer's brother. You can actually go into his, prequel story of why he actually, went away and became the killer. There's also then the sequel where.
Can I say that one?
Yeah.
So, my idea. Well, you had the idea that the sequel would be me chasing the roommate because the roommate knew all about it and sort of set it up, and I came up with the idea that the old roommate that all has all their stuff in the room. The old roommate was the guy's brother, and they worked together. Like the roommate, him, and the main character's brother, who's the serial killer. They worked together to set something up.
Yeah.
To trap me, basically.
So like at this stage, in this film, it's like I'm not involved. But then I thought we could easily make me involved, and in a sequel, it turned out that I was in on it. Because if you watch that back, there are a lot of shots where it really does look like I'm in on it, but I wasn't. But I feel like, in a sequel, I could be in on it, he could be coming after me, and then there's also, the prequel of that, which I said to him, you could do in 3 separate films, you could tie that all into one long film, but either way, this is just like a short homage of what it could become. This was just like a quick zero budget version of getting the idea down, and it could easily be expanded into a trilogy or a franchise.
Yeah. It's all potential, but it could be quite interesting. Would you want to see a sequel or a prequel or anything?
Tell us about the poster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the poster. Good question. Well, so I had an idea. Obviously, they got the blue and red colours. What do the colours mean?
Good and evil.
Police.
Police, yes. So, yeah.
Good and evil as well, like a bit of both. If that's the vibe you got from it, I like that. You know.
Yeah. So
Good and evil, it works.
literally, we got a black background. Lily took the photo. I had the idea for a close-up with me looking kind of swaggy, kind of look all serious and stuff. And the blue and red lights on either side of me represent like police colours. Because I'm a trainee policeman. Oh, the name as well, I suppose.
Strangers of Crime, yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, we didn't have a name, and then when I first started putting it together, I ended up calling the project Without a Trace, which looking back is awful. That was the only other working title we had for it, wasn't it? Was Without a Trace. And then you came up with, whoever helped you come up with it, Strangers of Crime, which is pretty damn awesome.
Main man.
Let's go, Will.
Nice name there, it's a good one.
Thank you. Have a look at the name.
Yeah.
So the name, I really wanted something like sort of a pun on a police word basically. So I was looking up police phrases and words and something I could put into the title because I thought that'd be quite cool. They'd fit that whole police aesthetic with the poster as well. So I saw Partners of Crime and I thought that was cool but way too obvious. And we thought about it, and obviously partners would work with the roommate and me, with Leo and the roommate, and also Leo and the brother. It's just all kind of, like Leo's got 2 kind of partners, I guess, and obviously crime. But we thought that was too obvious, so we went with Strangers of Crime because a bit more ambiguous. Sort of doesn't make sense, but also does make sense.
I think it's a good title, I do.
It's just a bit obscure, but that's not bad. The Strangers of Crime. And there we go. That's all from Will Bevis.
You have to give him a shout out on like the YouTube description.
Any more questions? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Were there any specifics for costume, or did you just like the flat cap?
Well, so I thought a police cap would be too kind of stereotypical and everything. So, but I still wanted a hat, and it was sort of.
You were just wearing that on the day, and I was like, "That's a cool hat."
No, I planned that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I planned that.
Okay. But I still was just like, "Oh, that's cool. You should wear that."
So I suppose it sort of hides my age a bit as well. I don't know. I just thought it looked quite cool and fitted.
Hide
the
your
outfit.
age or add a bit to your age.
Both, but yeah, I just want to look older than I am. I don't know, what about your costume?
I wanted to look as weird as possible, I guess.
I don't know. It's different.
As possible, as what I normally look like.
As you can see, with the forward cap and that, and yeah, I don't know, just wanted to look creepy, really, and weird, and I think I pulled it off. Yeah, so literally, I tried to go all black, which I did, because, I don't know.
Smart, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. As for Lydia and Matt, they kind of turned up in what they turned up in and recorded that, but
we kind of wanted a better mask for Matt. You know, we originally we missed a trick because
when we were discussing it, it was just before Halloween, and looking back, we so should have bought like a Halloween mask for Matt, and in the end, we literally just wrapped a bandana sort of around his face, which I guess kind of worked, but I envisioned him having like a proper mask, you know, Michael Myers or something. Do you know what I mean? But it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Again, that's what happens when you've got restrictions and no budget, and you just got to make it up on the day. We arrived on set, and we were like, oh, we haven't got a mask for Matt. We've got to make it up. So we just made it up and wrapped a bandana around his face. Yeah. We tried putting some sunglasses on him, didn't we? Did we get a picture? Because it was hilarious.
But there there's a great photo of Matt with a hood up, a bandana on his forehead, sunglasses on, and a bandana over his mouth as well. It is a great photo. He looks ridiculous. But then we just found this snood, is that the right word? To cover your neck and just stretch over his whole face, basically. Yeah, I suppose it worked. Looks alright. Yeah. Any more questions? Oh, we have one from you. Yeah.
May I be in the next instalment of Strangers of Crime?
Yeah, you can be a returning bartender or new character. We'll see. Would anyone else like to be involved if there's roles going? Woo!
Come up with some characters in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for, and will you be making any more short movies in the future?
Do you want to go first? Do you have any? Well, you can tell your whole what's coming out and stuff.
Well, I mean, we're both obviously filmmakers. I'm an independent filmmaker. I make a lot of short films under Wildtex. I've got loads of things coming out. I've got a sketch show coming out. I've just released a zombie comedy film. I'm in the works of doing a full feature dolly, sort of a horror film. But obviously we collaborated on this one, and I guess it's the same with you. You're like up and coming. I know you've got loads of ideas. You've discussed loads of ideas that you're going to be working on. So you'll see lots of stuff coming out from Ben. And if you're interested in following me, you'll constantly see stuff coming out from me as well. And I'm sure we'll collaborate and do more stuff in the future as well. So the answer is yes, loads of things will be coming out from both of us because we both aspiring filmmakers. I was going to say young filmmakers, but I'm not as young as you, so I avoided that line.
Yes, I hope to do a couple more premieres in the future where we can hopefully display a few films, both from me and you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll reveal one film that should be coming out this year. A couple of you know about it. It's called Microwave. So it's about a guy. It's about a guy who puts some food in the microwave, and then from then on, the whole film is filmed from inside the microwave while the food's cooking. And the food's cooking for exactly 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, a lot of crazy stuff happens. So a guy comes out of his toilet and attacks him. He gets a whole home invasion. About 10 guys come out from the door, come and attack him. There's a whole fight sequence in the kitchen, all through the microwave door. A whole knife stabbing, some crazy Undertaker WWE stuff going on the kitchen tables. Well, maybe not that extreme, but so we're going to try and get a bunch of you guys in the crowd and any other people who want to be in it. Yeah, and then it's going to end with the microwave going off right as I kill the last person, stand on top of bodies, and then I just take the food out and it ends. So
almost like a bit of a John Wick, really, isn't it?
I thought it was quite cool.
What's the backstory to this? Are you an assassin? Are you a hitman? Are you just some
No,
random
no.
person? And all these people are going to fly.
Your imagination. Yeah.
You got a backstory?
No.
You haven't got that?
No.
think you
I don't want one.
Think you don't want one?
I don't want one.
Just some random guy.
Just to get,
And all these people just swarm in and attack you.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, my food's cooking in the microwave.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Sounds good, right? Who'd watch that?
Yeah.
And you've got another one in the works that you told me about.
Yeah. Well, I can't reveal too much about that.
Just give them a basis. Synopsis, whatever you call it. Synopsis.
Synopsis.
There we go. Synopsis.
Give them one of them.
Well, it'd be called The Walk or A Company or Stranger. Well, no, not Stranger. Company, something like that. And it will be. Shall I reveal the whole film?
All of it.
Well,
it's just going to be like
so
a
it'll
short
be
film of you walk in with a bit of a mysterious ending and
it will be with a man
big
walking
change.
and a little girl behind him she comes running, accidentally kicks a stone at the guy, says sorry, and they start talking about their day, all while walking. And
there's not really much more you can say about it without giving it away.
No, it's only a couple minutes with a nice twist at the end,
So,
which you won't expect, hopefully. So.
And then whatever else you come up with.
Yeah, and I need to think of some more things. I've got a whole list of ideas in my book, so hopefully
And
you'll
you
see
are
some
in
of
the
them
sketch
soon.
show that I'm putting out.
Yeah.
You are in the sketch show.
I'm also acting in the sketch show with the great Matthew Wright, coming out in January.
Yes, Matthew's in that as well, yeah. Maybe February, March time now. Had a few setbacks.
Yeah, anyway, whenever that comes out, I'll be in it. Any more questions? Ooh. All right.
That was a good round of questions.
That was a lovely bunch of questions.
More than I was expecting.
Yeah, I was expecting like 4. That was a very specific number. Yeah, thanks for your questions. You've been good.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, I hope you all like the premiere and the bloopers. Everything.